I went down to go do um, a water ceremony. And first, I wasn't going to do it because I was looking at my time and I said, I'm not going to. Welcome to Be So Light. I'm Priestess Makala as well as Felicia and Liana. Thank you for being here. So I went and then I'm like, no. I look at the time and I said, I have time to go and do it. So I went and did it. I raced up the stairs. I ran around, got everything in place, and then here I am. So, first of all, let me give a shout out to Priestess Asset. I want to tell, she was teaching today, and I guess she saw the same video that I saw about the heel prick and why I did that video. So, and she made mention about it as a form of the lady who put it together was fear mongering. So when I did the teaching on that, that was not in any way, shape, or form fear mongering anyone, because what did we do? We came over and we cleared it. Because one of the things that I dislike is when someone puts an energy, say like on the people, and they do that, and then they're saying, "Oh well, this can never be undone. This can never be undid," and you sit back and you're like, wait a minute, what do you mean this can't be, anything can be undone? You know, especially if it's against your will, it definitely can be undone. So I love the fact she was bringing that up and she was talking about it. She had a really good teaching today, and she does awesome reads. So if you have not had a reading from her, I did a video review of my reading with her. And let me tell you something, I'm really picky about anyone that's going to read me, throw cards down on me, or whatever, because a lot of times they can't read me. I have people who just cannot read me. It's almost like I don't exist on this. It's really weird. It's really hard. But she was able to get in there and read me. And then a verdict reading can, you know, Ayurvedic type of reading could be done on me, but a lot of times people can't read me. And I'm talking about, I've gone to some pretty good people that it's kind of annoying because it's like I look for if someone can really be tapped in and tell me something I don't know. That's what I look for. Tell me something I don't know. And how precise are you? And when you tell me something, is it going to show up? That'll show me what level you're on, how you're tapped in. Is it going to show up? So that's one of my biggest pet peeves about who I go and see and read. I'm really picky. I have to be, because I feel whatever information you're going to share with me, it has to be on point. It has to be something I need to use. So today is the 7/9, and I've gotten some information about next month, which is going to be kind of interesting because we have that 888. I'm waiting to hear back from someone that I emailed on my theory about what year are we really in? You know, what is the real year? You know, because I listened to his lecture last night, the way he was teaching, and I was just like, so what is our real year? Does anybody really know? Are we ahead 5,000 years? Are we only ahead 1,000 years? Or did they keep pushing us back 1,000 years? Which is it? So there can be something to kind of be like a marker, even though we know that time doesn't really exist. That's another hang up. We need a marker. Like, what's the marker? So those are some of the things that were on my mind last night. But this one about circle and declare it so is awesome. There's a book that you can get on Amazon called Energy Circles. And the energy circle, this book has a lot about, you know, when you were young, how you sat down and you would just kind of doodle You draw figures, you draw symbols, you did a lot of doodling stuff, right? So when you're doing that, your mind is expanding and it's in this kind of like meditative state because you're just in that space doing that creativity right there, right? You're just doing that. So I kind of look at that and I was like, this is interesting that this book is all about putting out circles. So I was just like, circles. So I want you to think about that book. And today I'm going to take that part that I was teaching you yesterday, take it one step further. So remember how I drew the little stick figure person and what you were saying, if you're saying this and this and this, how you're putting it in your space and that's around you. Before I go into this, before I dive into this, I witnessed something last night on somebody else's channel, and it was kind of weird because I hold on one second. I want to make sure I'm not too low. There we go. I witnessed this. Okay, this guy was interviewing this lady. He invited this lady on, and when I saw her, I said, "Wait a minute. Didn't he interview her before?" And I saw her energy, and she wasn't being very nice to him on the interview. And I said, "Wow, why did he invite her back on his show?" So I'm watching it, and I'm just looking at the energy of her, how she's interacting with him. And towards the end of the interview, I would never have done this to someone. I would have never did this. I would have did this, talk to this person off the tube. I would have never did this. So towards the end of the interview, this woman literally tells this person, "Oh, well, I'm not really sure if I can trust a lot of things that you're saying either because you're being messed with. You have things messing with you." And so I watched this the person's face, the expression, and I was like, "Oh my God. Did she just like say that just now?" And then she had this look on her face like, "What are you going to say about what I just said?" kind of attitude. And I was like, what in the heck is going on? So the reason why I bring this up is because even though this is a 7-month energy and it's all about creativity, it's all about the stepping into that knowing of self, and then next month is this where we're diving into the activation more of ourselves and really owning that, stepping into that full power. Next month is all about power, 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 stepping into it, really anchoring it and taking what you just created, how you went from your sacred purpose to declaring it. Now you're pulling in the materialized result of it here. So when I witnessed that, I said, wow, this has gotten to be a lot of shenanigans. We are supposed, high lovely, we are supposed to be representing the divine light, coming here to do our work. We are not here, and I'm going to say this, we are not here to be tearing each other down in this process. There is too much work to be done. And if we're going to get rattled AI in our head and get mind controlled here and then start trying to take each other out verbally, what the hell are you doing? We have too much work to do. We do not have time to be going behind, backstabbing others, or you sabotaging them on their show. What are you doing? So I'm sorry, I'm just not that way. I would just never do that to somebody on the show if I was invited on. I would just never do that. And I would hope whoever is interviewing me, they would never just do that to me, because then you just open up the door. Then I will say something. And I would simply say it like this. You know what? You're right about that. Perhaps we should talk about this off the air, because this is between you and I. That's a good way to handle it. Not doing it in front of your audience. Not only did that represent an energy that wasn't good for what she just did, but it was like, why would you do that to this person who brought you on here? That is so tacky. So I'm seeing a lot of weirdness. So I'm just going to say this. Everyone, please be aware, even with myself. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Find out how it works. I leave little tidbits in the community tab. Go in there, scroll over, hit community. Boom. You'll see videos in there that I put in there that I want you to take a look at and make your own decision. Make your own evaluation. Okay? There has been things done to us, and we have every right to go and clear it. That is never going to stop me from doing that. That's what I'm here to do. Help people clear certain timelines and energy that is tapped in to us that shouldn't be there. Okay? And not only when you're clearing it, you're getting rid of it for not just yourself, you're doing it for your generation, you're doing it for your ancestry also. It's all one whole thing. So when I am told by spirit to make a clearing energy for something, I do that. That's what I do. I work with the water, I work with frequencies, I work with codes. I'm up there doing my work. I don't have a problem dropping a code into your butt and making your body heal itself. Unless you are not signing up to heal yourself. You have to own it. And I'm all about empowering people. You have to own that. The days of us giving things out on a silver platter for you to just take it and run with it is over. Everyone has to get in and do the work. Period. Do the work. Anyway, lovelies. There you go. So, it's just, I am fed up with some of the things that I've seen in the past 24 hours. And I'm like, wow. Is this energy like tapping into people, making them act all kind of crazies? You know, why are you acting that way? Why are you showing up like that? What's wrong with you? Is your light dimming? Let's get your light back up there. Anyway, lovelies, let's dive into today, because I want to talk about how we're going to push this energy into what you have sat down with yourself and created. So today we have the white lunar wind, and it says, I polarize in order to communicate. Obviously, that's what I've been doing. Stabilizing breath, I seal the input of spirit with the lunar tone of challenges. I am guided by the power of timelessness. The color is white. Uranus is the planet, and heart is the chakra. I just spoke from my heart, didn't I? As well as when we dive down and really look at the meaning of today's kin, because it is kin number 2. After our wave spell of yesterday, the 7 volumes of the Cosmic History Chronicles are derivative from the memory stream that not only traces back hundreds of thousands of Earth years, but also extends into other galaxies. Okay, so that is where we are on the galactic calendar. So, now, what I want you to do, remember what we talked about yesterday. And I said, what is it? We had those questions, what you're thinking of. And then I was talking about when you make a circle around yourself and you put yourself here and whatever these energies that you're seeing here, this is how you're keeping it moving in your space and emanating, magnetizing it out to the ethers, out into the universe, to keep giving you more of this. Okay, so today like I said, that book, you can get it on Amazon, Energy Circles. Um, you want to take another piece of paper. And what I want you to do is take the highlights of what you wrote or what you have put through the fire, what you have put through the air. I also put in a community a box of the what the dragon breath incense looks like. So if you're interested in doing that, working with the area lumen of that. So what I want you to do is take the highlight words. If it's with creating, if it's having, you are now in this position, whatever it is, and you're going to write it around you. Okay? You're going to put it in its place here. Then I want you to become like a child. Children are the greatest manifestors. They really are. They know how to bring things into their material. You want to know why? Because they sit in a place of this beautiful make-believe. They don't doubt of something that they can have. They already know it's coming. I want that bicycle, and I want that new doll set thing that I saw, and I know I'm going to get that, blah, blah, blah. They already know they're going to get that. I want you to have the same thought process that is already here. And as you're circling it, pay attention to like the colors that you're using. What's the colors you're going to use? You're going to use green if you are dealing, where can we get the Dragon's Breath incense? You can probably order it online, or you can go to a metaphysical store and what it looks like. So I love the smell of it. And it was $3.95 at the crystal store that I went to. This is it. Dragon's Breath. So cool. Love it. So it smells so good. So when you're working with this, those of you that want to deepen that air element, I like this. I like to take it and just, it smells so good. Oh my God. I like to just take it and you can just sit with it and you speak into it. You say what you're declaring. Speak into it. Because what is this when you're speaking into it? It's the breath going into this. Okay? Speak into it. Then you pick the time. Like I picked 7 o'clock when I lit mine. 7 o'clock, I lit it and let it go out into the air. Okay? So that's a really good way, and I put that in the community so you can kind of observe that. So, anyway, back to the circling. So the energy circling, I want you to be very creative with yourself. You can get very fancy with it, and I like it because it's like the sweet, like divine little magics of circles that you do. You can put your name, okay, or you can put your initials. At least let there be some kind of imprinted energy of you. Or you can put a symbol, sigil, that makes your name and put it in there. And I like telling people, when you are working energy and you are creating that magical space and you're bringing something into fruition for yourself, if you can design a magical sigil of your name that is between you and the universe, the cosmos, they know that's what that is. That represents you. It creates another tag energy of where you're drawing and attracting and magnetizing something to you. Okay? Look at all the people who design Louis Vuitton. They have all these burqa type of purses and different type of clothing shops that are high end. They all have a different symbol of how they put their name together, and it makes a symbol, and that's what they use when it comes to their store. You'll see, oh, If it was David Madison, you'll see the D and the M put together. That's representing his store. Do you see what I'm saying? So come up with your own sigil symbol that is created to put in your circle. And then, if you really want to have fun, you can take little, like, certain symbol, like stickers or something that you want to put into this bubble. Just saying, if it represents, like, say if it was dollar sign, it was like a dollar symbol of money. Or if it was something like a little purse that had gold coins falling out of it. Or if you were enhancing something, say like you wanted to do more enhancement with readings and you saw a little sticker that had tarot reading, blah, blah. You just put the sticker there. Or mark it in and draw it yourself. Just a little info there on what you're creating. So then, picking the color, I like to use either a golden color pen, yellow, purple, whatever that is that you're going to use. You can use gold marker. You can use, I wouldn't do the silver, not just yet, because what you're doing, you want to keep this flowing. So blue, purples, a flowing energy that keeps making it be around you. When you're doing this, you're going to be focusing as though you're doing it to yourself. Okay, that you are inside of that. It's the image and creating it. And you're taking your crystal Herkimer portal energy and bringing that in around you and creating that circle. You're just sitting in that. And if you have your crystal, you absolutely can sit and just draw this around in your space and just activating it, sitting within your crystal Herkimer portal energy space. Okay. So once you have that in there and you write all the positive things that you already have, this already has it. Okay. This is to get you out of that mindset of doubting it, da-da-da-da-da. This already has it. All you're doing is creating the imprint that matches you. Okay, does everyone understand that? That's how this works. So when you start this, just put your intentions, take the highlights of everything that you already written out and put it in there. If it's for healing, if it's for moving, if it's for getting another car, if it's for getting a better job, if it's getting a project lifted up off the ground so you can stop having a hard time trying to get it going. If it's to have more inspiration or something that you're declaring that you are creating to bring towards you. Okay, you're attracting that. That way your mind, when you're drawing this, is creating that space and it comes into your space here. So one of the things I want you to think of, and I like this because this is straight out of the book. I like how it was written. And it says, I place myself within my ideal of what I create. So your energy is going to be, I create, hold on, just one saying. Where did I write that? I am is in my auric field. Is created in the auric field. It's the symbol of that. Hold on, let me write my other notes. Here it is. Okay, so when you're creating the I declare it so, you say, I declare it so in my auric field. So you're circling. I declare it so in my auric field. I declare it so in my energy. I declare it so in my body. I feel this. I feel connected in my heart with it. Okay? That's what you're doing when you're circling. You're just saying it. You're providing yourself with that connection. It's the same if you're giving yourself abundance and moving yourself into prosperity. A lot of times, what happens, we get stuck in a cycle where we block ourselves from receiving our abundance, receiving our prosperity. And it's either something has come up on a timeline that you've experienced, say like 5 years ago of this month, you had some type of incident that happened and you never got a chance to clear that. Okay, so here we are, fast forward to now, but that happened 5 years ago. Now you're looking at, okay, I'm having this weird thing happen to me. Why am I feeling like this? And then you notice it's a timeline energy from 5 years ago that you're walking through, and it's a deja vu moment, or is a memory of, I went through this before, this feels like the same thing I experienced before, that kind of energy. Okay? So everyone's homework assignment is to make sure you get the paper, play around with the colors. If you want to do a yellow background, that's a road opener color. It opens things up. It brings light to everything. Okay. Orange is like, what are you feeling into? What is that beautiful sacral color? Red is that passion, that what's in the root. I feel a passion about this, but not too dark of a red, because sometimes too much of the red can be too stimulating for the body. It can cause inflammation in the body if you were just directly using a lot of red. Okay, so we have to look at a softer degree of red that's not that forceful. You want it to be a flowing red. So if you're using it for passion, to bring in something passionate about what you are creating. Okay, so that's how you want to align yourself with that energy. Is my auric field, my energy, my body. Okay, to bring that into that. How do you want that energy to be imprinting in the auric field so that it's constantly making a magnet pulse around you? Okay. So everyone think about that. That's what we're doing today. Moving into that, I'm not going to be on here a super long time today because I got a couple of things I got to run into and do, but I am excited for what we're going to be stepping into for next month, because as soon as I hear back from this gentleman on what his take is on what the year that he feels energetically feels, that would be really interesting to have like a marker. So we're in this, the cosmic, and it is a solar plexus energy as tied in with heart. So they have heart on the computer, and then they have solar plexus in the calendar. Okay, so everyone, I want you to step into that and be present with that. Be present in that space so that you can anchor that in. And I want you to have fun. I don't want you to get caught up in all the details. I want you to just sit there and just doodle. Just doodle. That's all I want you to do. Just doodle. Put that energy there and just go around and put it in space. Okay? That's what I want you to do. So our messages today, let's see what our questions are that you might want to ask yourself. Now, at the end of this, we will be doing a purification energy, and towards the end of this calendar month before we switch into the newer one. So that should be our bridge over into the 888, which is going to be really cool. Okay, especially for those who are on an 8 path, and then you have that 888 energy. That's going to be really neat. Okay, so our tarot card today is ooh. And then the answering the questions are. So and I want to ask all of you something. Have you noticed that you are not tied into the energy like before of the planet? Have you noticed that? Because I noticed it today when I was going out to go run a couple errands and to go do the water ceremony. And I noticed when I was driving, I was like, this doesn't feel, I don't feel like I'm connected here. That was the first thing I felt. I don't feel like I'm connected on this plane. Like I'm just driving, going to go do what I want to do for the highest good and put that water and talk to the trees and do my thing. But it was literally like I just didn't feel that. I didn't feel that energy. And I was like, I feel like I'm on an entirely different space. So check in with yourself and ask yourself, gosh, am I feeling that? We have Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Now, look, she's all, oh, I'm feeling good. We got this going on up here. She's got her purse swinging there. But let's see what the questions and her answer for that is. Because she's feeling good about it. So in this, she says, I create an equilibrium in my life that allows me to be my best self. This is a need to balance many aspects of the self, juggling obligations, equilibrium, and seeking harmony. That's what this energy is flowing into. Okay. So it's all about I create an equilibrium in my life that allows me to be myself. The card that coincides with this is called Celebrate Your Wins. Celebrate your wins. So when we celebrate our wins, let's take a look at the question that goes with this. So celebrate your wins. This brings in a time to list accomplishments, allowing praise, feeling deep pride, knowing that you are deserving a position of positive attention. Okay. And then the questions are this. Celebrate your wins. Have you ever thrown yourself a party? I like that. What would close friends and your family say your best qualities are? Your greatest gifts, go ahead and ask them. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, ask yourself why. I can tell you right now, I can't ask my family that. I honestly can't ask him that. You want to know why? Because I am on such a different path of what they expected me to be on after stepping out of nursing. I gave 30 years to nursing. That was enough. Plus body parts. That was enough. And now I'm being in service of what my purpose is. But here's the thing. A lot of people don't get me. They don't understand because they're not on that vibe. They don't see how I see things, how I interpret things. Okay? I missed the last question. That last question says, I'm going to read the whole thing. What would close friends and family say your best qualities are? your greatest gifts, go ahead and ask them. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, ask yourself why. Do people really get you? Do people understand who you are? We're all going through all these shifts and changes. Who we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you're not that same person that's here today. You're not that same person. You've gone through dark night of the soul. You've gone through loss. You've gone through ups. You've gone through downs. You've gone through emotional things. You've gone through excitement, joy, happiness. You've gone through grief. You've gone through sadness. You've gone through what the hell is going on this planet moment. You have gone through it all. Everyone has gone through their own shiftings, a shedding of the self. What you used to be, you're not that. You even see yourself differently in a mirror. You see yourself different. Your body doesn't look the same. Hair is different. Eyes are different. Skin is different. Everything about you is different. Why? Because you're changing. You're becoming that higher form of the self, the divinity of the self. And you're stepping out of what others say you should look like or be like or act like or what degrees you should have and where you should work and how you should live and all of that. A lot of us have shifted so much, we have to get caught up to our newer self. We have to integrate it. And it can be challenging because you don't think the same way. And then here comes that sneaky little part that comes in that's like, oh, well, I shouldn't be thinking like this. We try to control it. We try to manipulate it so we still can fit into what others want us to be like. But it's not going to happen because when we're going into these higher places and we're declaring ourselves and we're declaring it so for ourselves, and you're taking that moment of yourself and you're honoring yourself and you're embodying the change. Rather you've gone through loss, grief, whatever that may be, that has created a change in you. And that's that part of ourselves we have to honor. We don't look the same. If you're still blessed to have both parents and they're still alive and well, you don't look the same to your parents anymore. They probably look at you like, they're a little different. My mom doesn't know how to take me anymore. She's like, that's my little flower girl. She's different. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. My dad he's like, I don't get her. But oh well. This is just that energy. Okay? I'm going to say it like this. You're not put on this planet to fit in with everybody. You are a different and unique being. Depending on where your star system is, where your true star family is, you're just down here having an experience. And the game is how you're maneuvering through this to come out as the winner. How you're showing up for yourself. How are you declaring right now in your life what you don't like and how you want to change it? And to sign up for it and step into it and embody that stepping into it and that empowerment. So this is where we're seeing a lot of shifting. And the timelines, I almost feel like I'm in a twilight moment. I can't even, when I look at the clock, forget that. Because it almost like, look at the clock now. It's this time. I go back and look at it. Oh, a whole hour has gone by, but it doesn't feel like an hour went by. Okay? We are shifting so rapidly, consciously, in our conscious and our what we're saying yes to and what we're saying no to. And then the people that are in our lives that get us, great. And if you don't get us, oh well, bye. I'm okay with that because I don't want to be around someone who's pretending to be a friend, to be loving and kind to me, and then on the sideline, they are, stabbing you in the back or talking shit about you behind your back. Who needs that? None of us need that. Well, people do it. Okay? Don't need the people that like to ghost you because you're different. You don't agree with the way they do things. You don't fit their world. So they ghost you. They don't want to have anything to do with you because you don't fit their mood. You said something that was shocking to their earlobes and they couldn't handle it because they didn't do the research to go look it up in different old texts that verify it. So they rather just ignore you because you don't fit their way of thinking. Well, thank God I don't, because I'm going to disappoint you because I'm me. I'm not here to fit what you think I should be like. And neither should you feel that way either. That's how that goes. Everybody has a right, a divine will to be who they are. Everybody has that right. And those of you that are sitting around making judgments, doing all this person should be acting like this or this person should be like, no. We're above that. I'm sorry. What train did you get on? You probably need to get a different ticket because you're not on the right one. Straight up. I was getting ready to go straight up. Now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Anyway. Love me forever. Ow, ow, ow. So, I want all of you to think about that. Because you're probably going through some stressful times right now. And you really wish you could pick up the phone and have good conversations with family and stuff like you used to, but you can't do that if they didn't do the work on themselves. It's not going to work. It's gone. Be okay with it. And just know, in given time, they will catch up also. Hey, darling. Hi, darlings. Where you been, Pearlie? I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? Sending you love. So, I want all of you to just really sit and think about that. Stop trying to appease other people. Especially if you work on here and doing your content on YouTube and other people are getting upset or they down rating you and saying crazy stuff to you and all that. You know what? I'm sorry, but that was just so disrespectful what that lady did to the person who was interviewing. That was just rude. I feel like this. You gotta wait until you get on somebody's YouTube channel to tear them down like that. What is that saying about you? What's that saying about you? I'm going to say it when I first started in 2018. Have respect for the healers. Have respect for yourself. Have respect. Just have respect. You don't have to agree on everything. None of us have to agree on anything. All of us have a different perspective on how we're receiving messages. That's what makes it so great. Nobody has to agree. What you do need to do is have respect. Period. Have respect. So on that note, everyone, what did you declare? Write it down, and I want you to just sit with yourself and just see that and be in the magic of it. Be no mind, but be in the magic of it. That you're just, oh, I'm going to make this. This is coming in. I'm aligning with this right now. I see myself aligning with this. Oh, it feels great. Oh, I see myself with this. I see myself. Da, 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 da. Okay. Hold on one second. I have to look outside. No? Okay. All right, lovelies. That's the teaching for today. I have some other meetings I have to get into and start preparing for next month. Energy and medicine that's coming in already. So be good to yourself. Much love. Just go ahead and dive into that. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay? All right? Just everybody, just be authentic. Be authentic, be yourself, be love. And if people don't get you, that's okay. Because you're way above them. That's why they didn't get up there yet. They can't see you. That's okay. All right, lovelies. I love all of you. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks for being here. Just respect and love and be authentic. All of us need to show up like that. Okay? If somebody's rubbing you the wrong way, just know they didn't get the right ticket. They're on the wrong train. They can't be on the train with you. Yours is accelerated. All right? All right, lovelies. Be good to yourself. Much love. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.